This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
It's a danger highlighted by a video that went viral just this week. A Georgia Chick-fil-A manager jumped out of the drive-thru window to save a boy who was being strangled by his seatbelt. Only on RTV6, the mother from Carmel says the same thing happened to her son.
She's talking to RTV6's Graham Hunter, who shows you how a simple tool can keep a similar situation from turning deadly.
It's something every parent should know about, a seatbelt feature that could be potentially dangerous if you're not paying attention. Some seatbelts, when they're pulled all the way out, lock, and when they're pulled back in, they can wrap around a kid's neck, causing strangulation.
Just that moment of helplessness and just panic was horrible.
It's something you never forget.
I was just tied around so tightly.
Carmel mom Allison could only watch as her son Kyle fought against his seatbelt that was strangling him.
He was actually trying to claw it off of his neck.
Allison was driving in front of her parents with Kyle in the back seat of their car in his booster seat when her parents' car disappeared.
We noticed their car on the side of the road. Kyle had wrapped the seatbelt around his neck, and they were unable to loosen it or get him off of it.
Allison and her husband were panicked.
I kind of stopped traffic on my own, just feeling helpless, like we didn't have the proper tools to cut him free.
The seatbelt does what it's supposed to do, and it locks down and tightens up and restricts the motion, so that can create a choking hazard for kids.
Lenice Gordon with Wayne Township Fire Department says parents can be prepared.
What we have here are seatbelt cutters and window blasters.
They can help you escape from your submerged vehicle if you go underwater, or to rescue your kid if they're being choked by their seatbelt.
You want to grasp the belt webbing firmly and try to pull it away from the victim's body. What you want to do is place the blade side towards the seatbelt and cut away from the victim's body.
Seatbelt cutters can be as cheap as just a few bucks.
3 people stopped and heard me and just jumped into action.
Good Samaritans helped cut Kyle free.
He walked away, luckily, with just some scratches and bruises.
Now Allison is sharing her story in hopes everyone will equip their cars with a seatbelt cutter.
We're just trying to use this incident as a way to bring awareness on the hidden dangers of these seatbelts once they go into lock mode.
Reporting in Indianapolis, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
A very scary situation. Thanks, Graham. And the Wayne Township Fire Department wants you to remember how important it is to make sure your kids are in the right car seat, too. They recommend following height and weight requirements rather than age when it comes to moving from a car seat to a booster seat.
Now to the forecast. Storms are moving out of central Indiana. It's dry now in downtown Indianapolis, but will wet weather put a damper on your 4th of July plans? Kevin is helping you prepare tonight. Kevin.
And we've calmed down a lot. Some torrential rainfall during the afternoon and evening hours, but dry for most overnight. It will be warm and humid for everyone, and patchy fog develops, especially areas that had a decent amount of rain this evening. The sweep of live radar showing no action in central Indiana. Chances of any rain overnight minimal. I just want to show you when we dot the landscape with some of these torrential downpours. Eastern portions of Greene County, 4 inches of rain. Shelbyville area, a couple of inches, and then about 1.5 inches in Crawfordsville or southeast of Crawfordsville. Warm everywhere. The warmest right now, 79 in Peru. Temperatures won't change much tomorrow. Fewer thunderstorms in the afternoon, just as warm and humid. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s. We'll get into coverage of thunderstorms and fireworks time for tomorrow night coming up.
Thanks, Kevin. We are working to get answers for a homeowner who says out-of-control grass and shrubs are creating a safety hazard. R.J. Smith has lived on the corner of Coolidge and 16th on the east side of Indianapolis for more than 20 years. He says the overgrown grass and bushes block the view of drivers trying to turn onto 16th. He's called the mayor's action line several times about the problem, but nothing has been done.
There's been more than one accident because of somebody not seeing somebody else pulling out. Fortunately, I'm not aware that anybody's gotten hurt seriously, but the potential's there.
RTV6 sent pictures of the intersection to the Department of Public Works asking what could be done to make the intersection safer. We will let you know when we get a response.
Prepare for more construction. Parts of I-65 and I-70 are scheduled to close next week, starting July 12th. That's next Friday. All lanes of southbound I-65 from the south split to 465 will shut down. And on July 26th, all lanes of I-70 will be closed from I-465 to the south split in both directions. Both closures are expected to last 9 days. When it comes to Indigo's expanded bus lines, red means go, but it is a different story for blue and purple. Today, Indigo announced the red Red Line rapid transit route will be up and running in 2 months, but work on the other routes is being pushed back. A spokesperson says the main reason for the delay is to stagger construction and coordinate with utility companies and designers. But having the Red Line in operation before those projects start will be beneficial.
The Red Line is the first rapid transit line, so having it open for a year is going to be really exciting. It'll be tons of education and awareness about how the system really does improve with the rapid transit.
The Purple Line will connect downtown Indianapolis with Lawrence. Work was scheduled to start next year. It's now being pushed back to 2021. The Blue Line will go along Washington Street from the east side to the airport. That project is now on hold until 2023, 2 years behind schedule.
There's no reason to avoid swimming in pools this summer. That's the message from the Marion County Health Department amid reports of an unpleasant parasite. There are 18 cases of crypto in the county so far. Health officials say that's more than normal, but not unusually high. A common way of catching crypto is swallowing contaminated water in pools. Symptoms include stomach cramps, nausea, and vomiting.
An Indiana mother is pushing for changes to drug labels after the death of her son. Purdue student Shay McCarthy died in 2013. His mom says that she was suffering from side effects of a popular antibiotic. Heather McCarthy supports a citizen's petition just filed with the Food and Drug Administration to add a black box warning to Levaquin for psychiatric adverse reactions, including suicide.
He jumped out of the second-story window of our home and drove his car and hit a cement embankment near our home. I just feel it's so important to talk about these issues, to inform others of the potential dangers, because so many people are given these antibiotics.
The FDA is reviewing the petition. The Southern Network for Adverse Reactions is also asking for a fluoroquinolone-associated disability black box warning, which includes a cluster of disabling symptoms. Heather believes Shay suffered from it. She says that when he tried to tell his doctors, they didn't believe the drug was to blame.
Kokomo police are asking for information after 2 8-year-old girls say a man exposed himself to them. Investigators hope someone recognizes this man's car. Take a look. The girls say the incident happened as they rode their bikes home from a gas station on J and Markland. If you have info that could help the case, call Kokomo police at 765-456-7017. And a police shooting in southern Indiana is under investigation. Officials say a Salem police officer shot and killed a man this afternoon near the Washington County Fairgrounds after someone reported a suspicious person walking on the property. Investigators say the shooting happened after some sort of altercation. Police have not said whether the man had a weapon. We will bring you updates as we learn more.
The Marion Police Department is mourning the death of a K-9 officer killed in a training accident. The department shared the news this morning, saying the K-9 died last week after fence jumping exercises at the police athletic lead. They said he hit his head on the rail of the fence, suffering a traumatic brain injury. The K-9 had been with the department for 5 years.
An old animal shelter vehicle is now a billboard on wheels, reminding pet owners to keep four-legged loved ones out of hot cars. Indianapolis Animal Care Services launched this new campaign today. The red Jeep Cherokee will be parked at different Indy Parks locations over the next few weeks. IACS says even if you leave windows cracked and water inside, hot cars can still be dangerous, even deadly to your pet.
Well, the chairs are already lined up for tomorrow morning's 4th of July parade in Carmel and have been for days, but setting up a spot early could be a city violation in the future. The City County Council president tells RTV6 reserving spots in Carmel is a tradition there and something they don't want to take away. But it is getting a little out of hand, so some rules may be necessary. A proposed ordinance is in its early stages. It would likely try to limit people from saving spots until 48 hours before the parade.
And working for you, it's a reminder worth sharing every year. Be careful when it comes to fireworks. On average, 180 people go to the emergency room every day with fireworks-related injuries around the 4th of July. Last year, Indianapolis EMS responded to 4 serious injuries. First responders say make sure to set fireworks off in an open area, have a bucket of water in case something goes wrong, and never leave children unsupervised around fireworks.
New tonight at 11, rain did not cancel a pre-4th of July celebration in Whitestown. The show went on despite wet weather moving through. The event on Main Street also featured a DJ, live band, kids zone, and food vendors there. And while the rain did not wash out the celebration, the optimism did go down a little as the night went on.
We're not leaving. We're just packing up some stuff in just in case the rain does hit. But our whole family's still over there. We're not leaving.
I got 3 kids, and I'm not sure they're going to enjoy the weather here. But, I mean, maybe we'll do fireworks tomorrow night or sparklers or something.
There'll always be tomorrow. Of course, most fireworks shows are tomorrow, including the main display in downtown Indianapolis. For a full list, go to the RTV6 app or the IndyChannel.com.
President Trump is preparing to celebrate America's birthday with combat vehicles and fighter jets. Why the Washington, D.C. parade is facing criticism.
How an organization is helping Hoosiers prepare for the workforce before they can drive, vote, and in some cases, before they can even read.
And a reminder, Shark Tank is coming to Indianapolis. Producers will hold an open call on July 16th at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. For more info, go to theindychannel.com. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
Toyota, let's go places. This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Does your zip code determine your ability to save for financial emergencies? Well, according to a new report, how much you save may be directly related to where you live. A survey by Bankrate.com lists the best and worst metro areas to build a 6-month emergency fund. Indianapolis ranks 7th. Memphis is number 1 on the list, followed by Cincinnati and Cleveland. The hardest metro areas for people to build a rainy day fund are all in California: San Jose, San Francisco, and Los Angeles.
And becoming financially stable can be a struggle for many people. Working for you, we reached out to a community's resource that's helping people get on the right track. The Community Alliance on the Far East Side of Indianapolis offers financial coaching. Coaches help clients like Kyra Bowerman budget, set goals, and build their credit. Kyra has a job and 2 degrees, but still needed some help getting her finances in order after racking up credit card debt.
I started trying to do things on my own and was making slow progress, but then I came here for the financial services help, and it's been working for me ever since.
Financial coach Kim Taylor says repairing your finances often involves lifestyle changes, and a higher income does not always mean less debt.
More money means more spending, possibly. So even from a low income, I believe that if you actually take the time to review your finances, review what you have spending or saving, that you can make a difference in your own finances.
Taylor recommends starting with a low-limit credit card to start building credit. If you have debt, try to identify areas in your life where you can cut expenses or pick up another job. The Community Alliance also offers other services like utility assistance, help for seniors, income coaching, and more. For more info, go to the RTV6 app and click on this story.
Another Central Indiana organization teaches kids about financial planning to help prevent money problems before they even start. And that's not all Junior Achievement's BizTown does either.
So I work in Steak and Shake, and I've learned how to do like business checks and pay loans and things like that.
It also teaches young people how to succeed in the workforce. Kindergartners through high school students learn what it takes to get hired or run a business. Leaders say you're never too young to learn life skills.
It's important to be on time. It's important to be respectful. Those small things that are kind of those life skills that aren't being taught every day are the most important part of maintaining a job. And so I think it's incredibly important that we teach that as early as kindergarten.
If this camp sounds like something your child would be interested in, there are 2 more sessions this month. You can find details on hiringhoosiers.com. And if you're looking for a job, mark your calendar. A job fair will be held in the Grand Hall of the State Fairgrounds from 10 to 2 on July 10th. That's 1 week from today. Several companies will be there, including Harrah's Hoosier Park, Indiana Grand Racing and Casino, Raytheon, and United Health Group.
Final preps are wrapping up at this hour for the massive 4th of July celebrations happening in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. President Trump is promising it will be a 4th of July like no other. But ABC's Trevor Alt explains critics are questioning the costs and the motives.
Armored combat vehicles stationed on the National Mall. Behind them, the Lincoln Memorial, where President Trump will deliver his 4th of July salute to America, which he says will be the show of a lifetime.
And we're going to have planes going overhead, the best fighter jets in the world, and other planes too.
Some of those planes coming in from across the country, while 30-ton Bradley fighting vehicles were shipped in by rail from Georgia. Crews laying down heavy-duty crane mats to protect the streets, drawing the ire of anti-war group Code Pink.
Tanks, but no tanks. We don't want tanks on the streets of D.C.
The president's opponents fear he's turning what's historically a patriotic event into a partisan campaign rally. While the event is public, VIP tickets have been given to top donors and the Republican National Committee.
I don't think he understands this is America's birthday, not his birthday.
There's also new questions about the event's cost. The National Park Service is reportedly diverting $2.5 million that was meant to improve parks to now cover the event. The Trump administration still won't name the full price tag, but the president defended the event's extravagance, tweeting, "The cost will be very little compared to what it's worth." Trevor Ault, ABC News, Washington.
Now time for your Storm Team 6 forecast. And of course, we're on the eve of a holiday tomorrow.
A lot of people already had some issues with fireworks tonight. Everyone's wondering about tomorrow night, Kevin.
I think there'll be fewer tomorrow, and the coverage will be less. In some events, like Symphony on the Prairie, the lightning was just nearby, so they called it off as a result of that. Not that they had heavy rain at the site, but that's something tricky in the forecast. Let's talk about that lightning. Maybe you saw it tonight. When you think about lightning, that's what we fear, right? The cloud-to-ground lightning strike. There are 5 to 10 times as many lightning flashes within a cloud and between clouds. But that was just about, I don't know, on the northwest side of Indianapolis where we had the big cloud-to-ground lightning strike. Temperatures, they're still warm. Average high temperature this time of the year, about 10 degrees warmer than we are in many spots, but it's 79 in Peru right now. Indianapolis broke the string of 4 straight days where highs reached 90 degrees. Just to show you, there are thunderstorms around Nashville, Tennessee, then up toward Evansville. The rest of the Hoosier State has gone quiet and will stay that way overnight. Very warm and humid as we go into the weekend. By the time we emerge from the weekend, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday should be some nice days with lower humidity and the temperature coming back down into the lower 80s. Very high humidity, kind of follow the squiggly line here in the very humid category. By the time we get to next week, by Monday and Tuesday, a lot more comfortable. These heat index values, what it feels like as a result of the heat and humidity, will feel well into the 90s the next several days. Thunderstorm chances tomorrow, overall 40%. Again, firing up during the afternoon hours. The coverage should be less than what we had today. Then Friday and Saturday, more likely you'll have you'll have interruptions to your outdoor activities as we go through the first half of the weekend, drying out Sunday and Monday. Let's look at some facts here for 4th of July. The warmest we've ever had, 103 degrees in 1911. We won't be anywhere close to that. The most rain we've had, 2.5 inches roughly. Temperatures tomorrow from north to south, all pretty uniform. Upper 80s, just depends on the cloud cover developing and the thunderstorms kind of cutting off afternoon heating. This confirms what I'm saying so far, that fewer thunderstorms are expected during the heat of the day. For tomorrow night, 6 o'clock temperature in central Indiana will still be in the middle to upper 80s. Just an isolated thunderstorm, and in the upper 70s for most locations when the fireworks fly. 88 on the 4th of July. Temperatures as we go to the weekend still in the upper 80s. Cooling Sunday, more comfortable Monday with low humidity, and we hold off on rain chances for a big chunk of next week.
All right, next week's looking good.
And tomorrow's looking nice for the Carmel Parade, so make sure if you're there, say hi to the 3 of us.
We'll wave.
We'll be there with candy, too. Well, we have Brad Brown standing by with, we got candy.
All right.
Yeah, Kevin's excited now. All right, Brad, over to you.
Thanks, team. Talking some racing on your Wednesday night. In his day job, he goes 330 miles an hour for less than 4 seconds. But Steve Torrence will be working the red carpet a week from tonight. He's nominated for an ESPY, and he's got some guys to thank along the way. We'll take a closer look in our Wednesday Sports Extra Spotlight next on the news at 11.
SeriesPlus.com.
And a good Wednesday evening, everyone. The ESPY Awards air 1 week from tonight, right here on RTV6. Reigning NHRA Top Fuel champ Steve Torrence has earned himself a spot in the show. The Texan is a genuine superstar in drag racing's top series, but Steve is giving a lot of credit to the guys around his car. Here's a closer look in our Wednesday Sports Extra Spotlight.
It's over. Perfection belongs to the Top Fuel champion, Steve Torrence.
Steve Torrence capped the 2018 drag racing season by clinching the Top Fuel world title.
This is a lifelong goal right here.
He swept all 6 races of the Countdown playoffs. And in 2019, Torrance's tear has continued. 6 more final round wins in the first 12 events, including 5 straight at one point. In Kansas, he defeated his dad, Billy, in the final.
There is no losers or winners today. Both of these Capco cars are in the final round. That's my dad right there that has given me the opportunity to do anything and everything in life.
The younger Torrence has been quick to share in his success.
How about those Capco boys? Those Capco boys are bad to the bone. Hats off to all those Capco boys at home, all those bad to the bone pipeliners.
Those Capco boys are his crew, working largely out of the Torrence Racing Shop at Brownsburg. And while it's Steve behind the wheel for the wins, every hand that touches the car is playing a part in this amazing run.
Our attitude here is every guy on the team. If you lost any one of these guys in this team would have to rebuild and do things differently. Everybody builds off of each other's hard work and knowledge. And with that being said, Steve has really done a fantastic job.
The Torrence crew has experience on its side, not necessarily in collective years, but in time spent together. Most of this group has stayed the same for about 5 seasons.
Honestly, it's just like one big family. We all get along good. We got a good, we all gel really good chemistry. I think that's the biggest thing more than knowledge or any kind of performance gains. I think it's all just the right group of guys and having it all come together.
There's still the second half of this season ahead of them, including the U.S. Nationals in Indy. But right now, it's clear Torrence is the top dog in the Top Fuel ranks.
All forms of motorsports, the driver is the guy that, it makes all the press and gets to hold the trophy, but Steve is always given all the credit to the team. But this is definitely motorsports, all forms of motorsports is definitely 100% team effort.
Every one of them guys that's working at home today at Capco, that's why we're out here, because of them boys. Thank y'all.
Torrence is one of 4 nominees for Best Driver at the ESPY Awards. IndyCar champ Scott Dixon is nominated for a 6th time. Formula One champ Lewis Hamilton and NASCAR's Kyle Busch are the others. You can watch the ESPYs next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on RTV6. Tracy Morgan is this year's host. Another free agent move for the Pacers on Wednesday. ESPN reporting that T.J. McConnell has agreed to a 2-year deal with Indiana. Averaged 19 minutes a game, largely off the bench with the 76ers last season, scoring 6 points per game. Pacers would be adding some more depth at guard with this one. Free agent signings can't be made official by the team until Saturday. The Indians are home tomorrow night. The annual July 4th game downtown. They'll face Toledo. First pitch is a little earlier, 6:15. If you're coming for that one, we'll be live at Victory Field on our early newscast for that tomorrow. We'll see you then. Back to finish up tonight's news at 11 after one more break.
IndianaBlackExpo.com for more information.
Joey Chestnut.
He will defend his title tomorrow at the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Joey Chestnut weighed in today at 224 pounds. Even though the competition does not have weight classes, he's going for his 12th mustard belt. Last year, Chestnut won the contest by eating a record 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Do you ever notice we only hear from Joey Chestnut, excuse me, in the morning? Never in the evening?
Never in the evening.
He's got to clear his schedule after that. Yeah.
I got you.
Good night. Happy 4th.